What's up, guys? This is Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Sir Maxwell, and this has been the day we waited for because this is my Rwby Volume 5 season. No, let's cut that. It's Rwby Volume 5, Chapter 1. Okay, so this is so awesome. I kind of watched the first and second episodes, through some snippet measures, and I'm just gonna be reviewing the first episode, and then I'll do the second episode, next week. Since the first episode's on YouTube, I'm not gonna be reacting to Rwby because it's kind of time since I'm kind of in a limbo state of being a student and doing this and doing that. And homecoming's today, so I'm trying to get these videos out real quick. So anyway, this is Rwby Volume 5, Chapter 1. It's called Welcome to Haven. I'm basically gonna get Weiss, Blake, and Yang out of the way first, and then I'm gonna talk about all the stuff that's happening with Rwby and Lionheart and Crow and everybody. Let's just get this out of the way. So we get Weiss. Weiss is basically, she's still on her way to Mistral. She's on this cargo ship, and she's like, oh, what's up? I know, are we almost there? I don't want to be a burden. Are you okay? And she's like, kid, you and your money, as long as you give me them dollars, you and your money are always welcome on this ship. Like, come on. And then they get a transmission that a huntress is guiding, I guess, some people around, and they are getting attacked by some wasp grim, and they need help. And Weiss is like, are we gonna go help them? And her little flyer guy was like, hell no, we ain't gonna help them. It's like that meme where Tim, if you're familiar with Tim Bay, he's like, oh, look at that little lady crossing the street. I feel so bad for her. And then the guy next to him is like, so you want to help her? Hell no, let's go. So it's kind of like that. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with Weiss. We'll get more with that next episode. Yeah. So anyway, we move on to Blake. Basically, Blake and Sun and Blake's parents have just come back from confronting Finnick and Corswick with the information on the scroll that they got from Ilya. Basically, her dad Gira and Sun are pissed off about it because they basically blamed everything on Ilya and they didn't take responsibility for anything. So they're trying to convince everyone it's all Ilya's fault. So yeah, that's a thing. And then we get this interaction with Blake and a guard, and I guess Blake said, oh, Blake was friendly and said hi to this female guard that was just happened to be guarding her house. I guess that's a ship now, guys. I guess Blake wants to fuck because she said hi to this. She was friendly to this female guard, or that she was friendly to a human being. That must mean that Blake wants to smash. And I am of course alluding to this, theme with Blake that anybody that she has, a personal connection with that she's not bloodly related to, she must obviously want to smash. I mean, I don't know. There's just a trope about Blake that annoys me because, literally anybody that she's close with, she has like a deep, super close bond with. Like, she can't have any close personal friends, or else, it's a ship and Blake wants to, And I get people like the ship a lot, and I get, people want, different types of representation, like LGBT representation, which I'm all for, but what I'm not for is just putting characters in there just for the sake of having them in there. Like, if you're gonna do, a gay character or something, just have that representation, you need to do it right, okay? For example, even they said there's one in there and they're just kind of building up to it because they want to do it right, and I understand that, but at the same time, I guess you don't really need to pussyfoot around with it because people want it. People want their representation now. They don't want to wait like 10 volumes around to get some representation, but at the same time, you still have to do it right. So I think if you wanted to, look at how they did it with Supergirl. Supergirl, if you wanted to just make one up out of the blue, Alex came out of nowhere because we all thought Alex was going to get with Maxwell Lord, but she ended up getting with this Maggie chick and coming out and all this other stuff, and it was just beautiful and inspiring. And people got their representation, but they also got a good story. So Rwby, look at Supergirl. Look at Supergirl. It's good. It's a good show. Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna do episode by episode reviews of the CW shows. I'll when we get to the crossover and the halfway mark, I'll do that. Review half the season, and then when we get to the season finale of all those shows, I'll do half the season. So yeah, that's my thing with that. Anyway, back to RWBY Volume 5. Back to what we were all, just talking about. What we were talking about, yeah, Blake. So Blake's on the roof, the female guard, they said hi. She said, you're dismissed. She's like, you're dismissed. And, we get Ilya time, and Ilya's like, Blake's like, how could you let them blame you like that? Like we're gonna expose everyone tomorrow. I'm not going to take the fall for this. And Ilya's like, you can't prove that, and, your plan's gonna fail, and, you should just leave Menagerie before it's too late. And at that point, I thought, oh, was Adam gonna invade Menagerie? But we don't know. We'll talk about that more in the next episode. But yeah, that's pretty much Blake. Yang is at a rest stop, and she's asking for something to drink, and she's like, "Oh, you look a little too young to drink." Kind of calls back to her trailer when she's like, when Virginia was like, "You're looking a little too young to be in here, Blondie," and then she's like, "It's just a water, sir. It's hot outside." And he's like, "All right, I got you." And then this little creepy Bon Jovi looking mullet business in the front, party in the back, or party in the front and the back looking dude comes up, and he's like, "You are beautiful. You look like a beautiful young huntress. I can't believe you're too young to drink. You're not too bulky. You're not too lean. You're just perfect." Yeah, I know. That's how Yang replies. And when I was watching Murder Bird's reactions, he actually made a good point. The guy was like, "You're not too lean, you're not too muscular, you're just it kind of goes with her Goldilocks motif of her, being, Goldilocks was like, this too hot, ooh, this too cold, this is just right. Yang is Goldilocks, she's just right. And notice how she's always like her grim of choice that she always gets attacked by. If you watch the character short, I didn't really get it in the character short, but when I rewatched it a couple times, I realized she fights a lot of Ursa, which is basically Bear Grimm. Goldilocks, the three bears, Bear Grimm, I love the Goldilocks motifs of Yang. Anyway, so, yeah, that's pretty much, no, I have to continue. So, yeah, Yang punches this guy out because he wants to touch her hair, and, you don't touch the hair. And, the guy was like, this is on the house, here's your water. And she kind of has this moment where she's stumbling with the water, so we're getting some more PTSD stuff with Yang. So people can finally stop bitching about, oh, we didn't see Yang go through enough pain and suffering. Oh. Anyway, so, and when she gets outside, she's like, oh, I'm looking for someone, or she's like, oh, there's no one really around here but bandits, that bandit girl, Raven Bronwyn, yeah, I know, that's how she replies. And she's like, yeah, I got this. So, a lot of people think that this means that she's looking for Raven. I still don't think that, well, she could be looking for Raven, I guess. But I still think she's looking for Rwby, and she was like asking, hey, have you seen this little girl in the red hood come by, And I think it was, hey, I'm looking for, Ruby Rose. Have you seen Ruby Rose? And she's like, no, there's no one really around here but that bandit Raven Bronwyn, basically. So I don't really think that means she's looking for Raven. I just think that, she's looking for Rwby. But if she comes across Raven, which I think she might have to move in the third episode, we'll get to that when I do my episode 2 review. We'll talk about that anyway. But she gets outside, that guy that she punched, she's like, oh, you look out here, you're looking for someone. Missing dudes. So now we get to the big Team Ranger plot. So they get to Haven Academy, no one's really there. They get in there, they draw their weapons, they're like, no one's here, this is weird. So they bust open, they meet Leon Lionheart. Leon Lionheart's cool. Leon Lionheart's a real pussy, and we're gonna get into how his pussyisms in like the second episode. But for now, this is the first episode, let's stay on topic. He's like, Crow, Crow's like, where's the why are you not guarding the relics? And he's like, but the children. He's like, I filled them in. And he's like, oh, that's really reckless. Of course, he introduces himself, I am Leonardo Lionheart, the cowardly lion. And, everyone goes through their mannerisms, Ruby Rose, Light Ren, John Arc, Nora Valkyrie, etc., etc. And he explains that, Mistral is in turmoil. The fall of Beacon didn't just affect Beacon, it affected everyone. They watched Penny get torn to shreds. They watched Grimm crawl all over the city, Elysian Knights attacking citizens. and people were panicked. The whole world saw it. The whole world had negative emotion, and we all know what negative emotion brings: the Grimm. So Grimm have been attacking. They've lost lots of huntsmen, lots of teachers. Minstrel's a wreck right now. The council is at odds with the Atlas Council, because Minstrel and Atlas. If you watch the World of Remnant on the Great War, the Great War all started with Minstrel and Atlas getting into their oppressive ways. They all had to. It was a mess. Girl, it was a mess. Yeah. So basically, he's like, we need to find the Spring Maiden, and Ruby's like, Ruby asked the question we've all been asking. What's so special about the Spring Maiden? What about winter and summer? Why are we all focused on the Spring Maiden? And they explain that each chamber, each relic is connected to a maiden. So I forgot the order of which specific maiden opens which door. All I remember specifically is that the Spring Maiden opens the door to the relic of knowledge. So they need, and that's apparently a minstrel. So they need the Spring Maiden to guard the relic, basically. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. Crow wants to go. Crow explains that his sister Raven has the Spring Maiden. This is kind of the first time that he's uttered Raven in front of he's talked about Raven with everyone else. So I wasn't really sure if Ruby really knew about Raven, or if all of Team Unifer knew about Raven. I guess they do, because John was like, oh, Yang's mom, and I guess Ruby looked shocked. Ruby looked shocked. I kind of had this weird theory that Raven, if I can remember in Volume 2 when Yang talked about how she went to the woods and she saw those burning red eyes. People all assumed it was Grimm. It probably was Grimm, but maybe, a trait of, apparently, it's called the Bronwyn tribe, so that kind of negates the fact that they were orphans. It kind of shows that it's kind of a dynasty, as Kyle Axon puts it. It's kind of like a dynasty, or like a legacy, that's Crow and Raven's family, the bandits, It's the Bronwyn tribe, so I guess the trait of the Bronwyn tribe is that they have red eyes. They have burning red eyes. Yang, she burns. She has burning red eyes. Crow has red eyes. Raven has burning red eyes. So maybe it was bandits. She was looking for Raven anyway. Maybe she found them. Maybe a couple of bandits were gonna kill him, and Crow, cut him down. Cut him down. Anyway, so that's that. Crow wants to strike immediately, and Lionheart's like, no, put your pants back on, Crow. Relax. Keep it in your pants. We need to be cautious. We need to get the approval of the council. And he's like, well, screw the council. We are both trained professional huntsmen, and these kids ain't no slackers either. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, you and your sister are evenly matched, and me and these kids cannot take on an entire Bronwyn tribe. And this Spring Maiden, who has had years to, train. Basically, they explained that she used to be, in everyone's good graces, and then the pressure got to her, and she ran away, and then she got sucked up by Raven. That's pretty much how Raven has the Spring Maiden. Anyway, so after that, Crow's frustrated, so he goes to drink, and that's when we get that after credit scene that we got in Volume 4, where Oscar's like, oh, I'm supposed to tell you I want my cane back? Yeah, because up until then, it kind of seemed weird that he was like, oh, it's gone. Or we were all like, but you met Oscar, though, so no, basically that extra credit scene was part of Volume 5, I guess. So yeah, I guess that means that after credit scene was really stupid, because you could have just let that be Volume 5 and picked something else to have an after credit scene with, you know what I mean? Like, there could have been a scene from that scene from episode 2 could have been, the after credits. I don't know. We'll explain later. Anyway, I just thought that was stupid. So, after that, Crow and Oscar show up, and before, it's revealed that Crow's with him, she's like, oh, is Ruby... Oscar's like, oh, is Ruby Rose here? And Nora's like, why? Because, it makes sense, because a lot of people have been trying to kill Ruby, We'll see even next episode, a lot of people that want Ruby dead. Like, they want her head. So, yeah, And after that, Crow comes in extra super drunk, and he explains, "Hi, I'm Master Pond, but you may know me as Professor Ozpin." It cuts off there. And after that, I kind of want to talk about the intro. The intro was really fun. I actually watched the intro before I watched the episode because it got leaked first, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but I watched it. I couldn't help myself. And then literally, I felt even more bad because a day later, Rooster Teeth just like released the intro. So I feel like really Eli couldn't wait a day, but I'm a weak man. We're all flesh. We're all sinners. Yeah, the intro is pretty cool. My favorite part of it, is where they all come together and they all charge up at Salem. It's pretty cool. We get a Yang Mercury fight. We get Nora and Ren fighting Hazel. It's all cool. It's all great. Adam has a new character design. It's all amazing. Anyway, that was Volume 5, Chapter 1. I'm actually gonna go into filming in something else I have planned for Halloween, because I know it's like late October, so I'm kind of late on this train of Halloweeny, but I want to do something special. So this has been Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Maxwell. May the power protect you. Bye.